battle starts before I'm awake. Morning light finds the same old chair. Your coffee cup sits by the window, like it's always belonged right there. I never thought to look twice at the little things that stayed. Maybe we stop seeing what never goes away. Maybe always is a dangerous word to say. You were always there, like the light under the door, like the sound of someone coming home. I'd heard 1,000 times before, I kept looking for something beautiful, somewhere I'd never been. I didn't know the beautiful things were the ones I stopped seeing. There's a grocery list on the refrigerator, your handwriting leaning to the right, a coat still hanging beside mine, 2 pairs of shoes by the door tonight. Nothing here looks important, nothing asks me to remember, but ordinary things have a way of disappearing before we learn their names. You were always there, like the light under the door, like the sound of someone coming home. I'd heard 1,000 times before, I kept looking for something beautiful, somewhere I'd never been. I didn't know the beautiful things were the ones I stopped seeing. The moon doesn't leave when morning comes, the stars don't vanish with the dawn. Some things are hidden, not because they're gone, but because we've known them for too long. You were always there, and maybe that was why I never stopped to hold the moment, never thought to ask it why. Now I'm learning to look slowly at the life I've always known. Maybe nothing was ordinary, maybe I just called it so. Before you leave the house tomorrow, before another day begins, look once more at what is waiting quietly beside you. What have you stopped seeing? Simply because it's always been there. You stood by the door, keys in your hand. I said, see you later. You said, yeah, I will. The hallway light fell across your coat, then the door closed like any other day. No warning, no change in the air. Nothing said this moment would stay there. If I'd known it was the last time, I would've watched you walk away. I would've kept the door open longer, found one more thing I needed to say. Maybe I would've called your name just to hear you turn around. If I'd known it was the last time, I wouldn't have let it feel so ordinary. There was
was half a cup of coffee cooling by the sink, a jacket on the chair, a book turned upside down. I cleaned the table the next morning, put everything away. I didn't know I was moving pieces of yesterday. Funny how a room can look the same when everything inside it has changed. If I'd known it was the last time, I would've stayed another minute, asked about your day, and really listened when you told me. I would've laughed at that old story like I'd never heard it before. If I'd known it was the last time, I would've loved the ordinary more. We save our best words for someday. We save our long hugs for goodbye. But someday doesn't send a message, and goodbye doesn't always say goodbye. So if this is the last time, let me notice where I am. The light across the kitchen floor, the warmth inside your hand. I don't need to know what comes tomorrow to know what matters now. If every day could be the last time, maybe I'd love this one somehow. Before you say see you tomorrow, before you turn and close the door, stay there 1 second longer. Look at the face you've seen before, because the last time almost never tells us. It's the last time. It's the last time.
I remember that street, the corner store light, your footsteps beside me on our way home at night. I watched all the windows turn gold one by one, and thought it was
just another evening.
I remember that street,
but not any lights.
I remember your hands
buried deep in your coat.
You walked a little faster
whenever the wind came.
I wondered if you noticed.
I was trying to keep up.
I was watching the city.
I was watching you.
Funny how two people can remember one moment is two.
Same road, different hearts, walking underneath the same evening stars.
You kept the places, I kept the little things.
The way you turned, the way you'd wait, the quiet in between. Maybe being together never meant seeing everything the same. Maybe love was learning how differently we remember the rain.
There was an empty bench near the riverside. I thought we sat there because we were tired. You leaned toward the water, I watched the buses pass.
I never knew you were saving that moment.
There was an empty bench near the riverside. I remember sitting a little closer that night.
You didn't say much, but you didn't leave,
and somehow that was enough for me. I thought silence meant
there was nothing to say.
I thought silence meant
you wanted to stay.
We were living the very same minute in two completely different ways.
Same road, different hearts, walking underneath the same evening stars.
You kept the places, I kept the little things. The way you turned, the way you'd wait, the quiet in between.
Maybe being together never meant seeing everything the same. Maybe love was learning how differently
we remember the rain. I remember the road,
I remember your face
I remember where we went.
I remember how you stayed.
Maybe a memory doesn't have to match to belong
to both of us. Same road, different hearts, still walking beneath the same evening stars.
You keep your version, I'll keep mine, and somewhere between the two
lives a life we made together, not identical, not perfect, but true. Maybe love isn't seeing the same world.
Maybe it's staying when the view is different too.
Years from now,
if we tell this story,
will we remember the same night? Maybe not.
But if you're still
somewhere in my version,
and I'm still somewhere in yours, maybe that's enough. I moved my fork around the plate, watched the steam leave my coffee. You asked me how my day had been,
I said fine,
and looked away.
there were words behind my teeth.
I couldn't find a simple way to say.
Your dinner was getting cold, you hadn't touched the bread.
I almost asked what happened, but poured some water instead.
I knew something was heavy,
I just didn't know if you wanted me there.
I thought keeping quiet would make it easier.
I thought giving you space
was a kind of care.
So we sat across from each other,
both trying to be kind. There was silence at the table, but it wasn't empty. There were questions in the glasses, there were answers in our hands. All the things we couldn't tell each other stayed between the plates. Maybe silence isn't nothing, maybe sometimes
it's a heart that doesn't know what to say. You folded up the kitchen towel the way you always do, straightened out the corner though it didn't need you to. I washed your hands for a moment and nearly said I'm tired too.
You reached across for the salt and stopped halfway there.
For 1 second our eyes met,
and something changed in the air.
I nearly said you don't have to carry everything, but the moment disappeared.
Maybe I was waiting
for you to ask again.
Maybe I was waiting for you to begin.
Two people knowing something neither one could name.
There was silence at the table, but it wasn't empty. There were questions in the glasses, there were answers in our hands. All the things we couldn't tell each other stayed between the plates. Maybe silence isn't nothing, maybe sometimes
it's a heart that doesn't know what to say. I was staring through the window,
I was staring at you.
I thought you wanted distance,
I thought you needed room.
How many nights have we misunderstood the
Quiet ways we tried to love. There was silence at the table, now I hear it differently.
in the cup
You filled for me,
in the chair
you didn't leave.
Maybe love wasn't present,
Maybe love
was everywhere.
and all the words we never spoke, and all the ways we
still stayed there. If I could sit there once again,
I'd say the thing I couldn't then.
not something beautiful,
Not something wise.
just, are you okay? And this time I'd wait for the real reply. You always stirred your coffee 3 times, never 2, never 4, then left the spoon beside the cup, pointing toward the kitchen door. I never asked you why you did it, I just knew morning had begun.
You always checked the front door twice before turning out the light. Left your glasses on the same old book every single night.
I used to smile at little things you never knew.
I noticed.
I thought I knew your favorite songs,
I thought I knew
the stories you loved. But maybe knowing someone lives in smaller things than that.
the little things you never knew were the things I loved about you.
The way you paused before you left,
The way you hummed when you were tired.
nothing anyone would photograph, nothing you think I'd remember. But somehow all the smallest things stayed the longest. On rainy mornings you cracked the window just enough to hear the street.
You said the world sounded softer when the rain was underneath.
I used to close it when you left.
Now I leave it open too.
You never finished the last bite.
You'd always leave a little there,
You said you weren't that hungry,
but I knew you liked to share.
and now sometimes without thinking
I leave the last one for someone else.
funny what time chooses to keep.
Funny what love teaches our hands.
We thought we were just living while we slowly learned each other.
The little things you never knew were the things I loved about you.
The way you paused before you laughed,
The way you hummed when you were tired.
nothing anyone would photograph, nothing you think I'd remember. But somehow all the smallest things stayed the longest. Somewhere along the way
I started stirring my coffee 3 times.
somewhere along the way
Started checking the door twice.
maybe you stayed in my hands,
Maybe you stayed in mine.
maybe that's what happens
When 2 lives share enough time. The little things you never knew
are still here in
everything I do. In the way I fold a towel.
in the way I watch the rain.
Maybe love doesn't leave us.
When a moment disappears,
Maybe it stays.
in all the little ways
We become each other.
I thought I'd remember,
The big days.
I thought I'd remember the words.
But tonight,
What came back to me was how you held your coffee cup.
tell me, what little thing about someone you love
Would you miss
if it disappeared tomorrow?
a new spring by your open You'd let the morning fill the room like winter had never been there. I don't remember what month it was.
I only remember you were smiling. A new autumn by the way you walked a little slower coming home. Hands inside your jacket pockets, looking up at every tree. Never said you loved that season, but I could tell by how you moved.
The calendar kept changing,
but that's not how I knew.
somewhere along the way I started measuring the year by you. We became each other's seasons. You were summer in an open door. I was rain against your window. You were warmth across the floor. Every year kept moving. Every sky turned into blue. But somewhere in all that changing, I learned the seasons through you. There was one rainy evening, one umbrella between us two. I tilted it a little your way and let the water hit my shoulder. You never noticed, I never told you. Some things don't need a name.
There was one winter morning, I forgot to bring my gloves. You took yours off and put them in my hands. I said you'd freeze, you laughed and kept on walking.
I thought love would feel much bigger.
I thought I'd know when it arrived.
But maybe love was all those little things,
changing the weather inside.
we became each other's seasons. You were summer in an open door. I was rain against your window. You were warmth across the floor. Every year kept moving. Every sky turned into blue. But somewhere in all that changing, I learned the seasons through you. Flowers came and flowers left.
Snow disappeared into the street.
Every season had an ending,
but somehow you stayed with me.
Maybe people leave a climate in the hearts they'd passed through. And long after the weather changes, some warmth still feels like you. We became each other's seasons without knowing when it changed. Spring became the way you laughed. Autumn sounded like your name.
And if someday we are far apart, under two different skies, I'll still find you in the weather, in a breeze, in evening light, in the first warm day after winter. And though you once changed the seasons of my life,
when did spring become your smile?
when did winter become your hands?
I don't know, maybe love happens quietly enough that we only notice after the seasons have changed. Who changed the weather inside your life? There's an empty chair beside the window. Morning found it before I did. Sunlight resting on the wooden back, like someone had just been there. I made one cup of coffee, then reached for another. My hands remembered before I did. Funny how a room can keep a habit long after we've let it go. Sometimes a place knows who is missing before the heart is ready to know. The empty chair remembers every evening that we shared, all the quiet conversations, all the times you waited there. I thought a room was only walls, a table and a door, but now the empty chair remembers what I don't say. to lean. A faded circle on the table from a cup I used to clean. I could paint the walls tomorrow, move the furniture around, but would that make this room forget the shape of all our days? Maybe memory doesn't live only somewhere in mind. Maybe every place we've loved in keeps a little of our time. The empty chair remembers every evening that we shared, all the quiet conversations, all the times you waited there. I thought a room was only walls, a table and a door, but now the empty chair remembers what I don't say anymore. The clock still turns, the curtains still move, the floorboards sound the same. Nothing in this room has learned that everything has changed. And maybe that's what hurts, and maybe that's what helps. The world keeps holding pieces we can't carry by ourselves. The empty chair remembers, but tonight I'll let it stay. I don't need to fill the silence, I don't need to look away. Maybe love leaves something gentle in the places where it lived. Not a ghost, not a sadness, just a little warmth it gives. And if someday I stop remembering every detail we once knew, maybe this room will keep one evening safe for me and you. A chair, a cup, a doorway, a patch of afternoon light. Such ordinary things until someone isn't there. Tell me, is there a place in your life that still remembers someone you miss?
I caught myself laughing yesterday, with my head tilted to the side. For a second I heard your laugh coming out through mine. Then this morning at the window I opened it just a little, the way you always did. When the room felt too quiet, I used to think we stayed ourselves no matter who we loved. But time has quieter ways of changing us. Look at the ways we grow alike, not in our faces, not overnight, but in the little things our hands remember, in the words we choose, in the way we see the weather. Somewhere between your life and mine, we left small pieces behind. Maybe that's what loving does, we slowly grow alike. I take the longer road home now, the one you always chose. You said the river looked different when you didn't have to rush. I used to wonder why it mattered, now I stop along the bridge and watch the evening touch the water the way you taught me to. Maybe people change our lives without trying to change a thing. They simply stand beside us long enough and teach our eyes to see we slowly grew alike. The flower leaves it sent behind long after you've walked away. A song can change the quiet without knowing that it's stayed. Maybe people are like that too. We pass through one another, and nothing looks completely different, but nothing stays quite the same. Look at the ways we grow alike. I see you now in parts of my life, and the way I wait, and the way I listen, and the way I let small moments stay. I thought loving someone meant keeping them beside me. Now I know there's another way. Sometimes someone becomes part of us, so quietly we only notice when we find them in ourselves. Tonight I caught myself looking at the moon for no reason. Then I remembered you always did that too. So tell me, who can you still find in the person you've become?
I held my coffee this morning the way my father used to do, both hands around the cup, waiting for it to cool. I caught myself in the window, and for a second there he was, not in my face, but in the way I stood. I thought becoming me meant leaving everyone behind, but maybe growing up is carrying people forward through our lives. There are people living in me, in the way I speak and move. Someone taught me how to listen, someone taught me how to lose, someone showed me how to stay when leaving would be easier. I thought I made myself, but I'm beginning to see there are so many people living quietly in me. I still use an old expression a friend would say when we were young. Sometimes I hear my mother's voice inside the advice I give someone. A teacher once told me, take your time before you choose. 30 years have passed and somehow I'm still using those words. We forget where things began, but they don't always disappear. The kindness given once can travel through 100 years. There are people living in me, in the way I speak and move. Someone taught me how to listen, someone taught me how to lose, someone showed me how to stay when leaving would be easier. I thought I made myself, but I'm beginning to see there are so many people living quietly in me. No tree grows from a single rain, no river from a single stream, no life is made from only one beginning. Maybe we're all made of traces of hands we used to hold, of words someone gave us then forgot they ever told. There are people living in me, some are near, some are gone, some I haven't thought about in far too long. But every kindness I pass forward, every hand I choose to hold, may carry something someone gave me years ago. And maybe someday something small I leave behind will quietly become a little part of someone else's life. So maybe we never really walk alone. Maybe every step we take carries footsteps of its own. Look at the person you've become and ask, how many people are standing there with you?
There's a bench beside the river. I passed it yesterday. Same old trees, same quiet water, same mountains far away. I thought I missed that view for all these years, but standing there I knew it wasn't the river I missed. A place can stay exactly where it was and somehow never feel the same again. We were each other's scenery. You made the evening worth remembering. The river wasn't golden just because the sun went down. It was golden because you standing there beside me. Maybe beautiful places are only half of what we see. Maybe all along we were each other's scenery. There was a cafe near the station, nothing special about the room. Two wooden chairs, a fogged up window, coffee that got cold too soon. Years later, I can't remember what we ordered, but I remember how you laughed when I spilled mine. Funny how the smallest moments outlive the places where they happened. Maybe memory doesn't keep the room, maybe it keeps the person in it. We were each other's scenery. You made the ordinary worth remembering. Spring wasn't beautiful only because the flowers came. It was spring because somehow everything felt lighter with you there. Maybe beautiful places are only half of what we see. Maybe all along we were each other's scenery. Stars need darkness before we notice how they shine. The window needs the evening to turn a room into a light. And maybe people are like that. We become something in another person's eyes. A season, a street, a little piece of someone's life. We were each other's scenery, and maybe we still are somewhere in an old memory. Under an evening star, you might remember the river, I might remember your face. But somewhere between those memories we made a beautiful place. I'm still part of your scenery. Think of the place you miss the most: a beach, a street, a kitchen, a road. Now take away the person who was standing there with you. Do you still miss the place? Or were they the few?
I thought happiness was somewhere else, another town, another year, a better job, a bigger room, a life I hadn't reached yet. Then this morning I stood in the kitchen, holding my old coffee cup. Sunlight crossed the wooden floor, and for no reason I smiled. Nothing had changed except the way I looked at it. Maybe that was enough. Happiness was closer than I thought, in the window left half open, in the coffee getting cold, in a voice calling from the next room, in a hand I've held for years. I kept searching for a beautiful life somewhere far from here, while 1,000 ordinary moments were quietly waiting near. I took the long way home this evening. No reason, no place to be. There was a flower through a sidewalk crack I probably passed 100 times. A kid rode by on a bicycle. Someone laughed behind a window. The whole street looked ordinary, and somehow that felt beautiful. Maybe the world was never hiding. Maybe I was moving too fast. Some things don't ask to be found, they only ask us to look. Happiness was closer than I thought, in the evening on the rooftops, in the grocery bag in my hand, and someone asking, did you eat? Like they always have. I kept waiting for a perfect day to finally feel alive, while life was happening quietly right in front of my eyes. The stars were always there, I just forgot to look up. The moon kept crossing the sky without asking me to notice. The people I love kept growing older, while I kept saying someday. Maybe someday is just another name for today we haven't noticed yet. Happiness is closer than I thought, so tonight I'll leave it here. I don't need a different life to know that this one matters. Let the coffee get cold, let the evening take its time. Let me hear the familiar voices I've been hearing all my life. Nothing here has become more beautiful. I've simply learned to see it before today becomes yesterday. Look around just once, the chair, the window, the person beside you. What if happiness isn't waiting somewhere ahead? What if it's already here? Washed the cup, turned off the light, pushed the chair back underneath the table, closed the window, checked the door. Nothing special happened today. No good news, no big
big surprise, just another Tuesday coming to an end. And somehow standing in the quiet, I thought maybe that's okay. I spent so many years asking life for something more. Tonight, I'm not so sure I need to. Today was enough. I had a place to come home to. Someone asked how I was doing and waited for my answer. I saw the evening through the window. I heard a song I used to love. Nothing changed the world today, but maybe today was enough. I didn't finish everything. I said one thing I wish I hadn't. Forgot to call someone back. Let the laundry wait another night. I wasn't wiser, I wasn't stronger. I didn't become someone new, but I made it through another day, still learning how to be me. Maybe a good life isn't made of perfect days. Maybe it's made by letting imperfect ones have a place. Today was enough. There was coffee in the morning. There were footsteps in the hallway. There was sunlight on the floor. Someone laughed inside the kitchen. Someone waved from across the street. 1,000 things I once called ordinary don't feel ordinary to me. All my life I've been saving happiness for later. When I had more, when I knew more, when I finally got somewhere. But the moon outside my window doesn't ask what I achieved today. It simply shines on everything that made it home. Today was enough, not because everything went right, not because I found the answer, not because I won the fight. Today was enough because I noticed I was here, because the people that I love were somewhere under the same sky. And tomorrow, if I wake up, I'll try again. But tonight, I don't need another life. This one was enough. Before you close your eyes tonight, don't count what you didn't do. Think of one small thing you'd miss if it weren't there tomorrow. A voice, a light, a cup, a hand, maybe that's enough. Maybe today was too.